Good afternoon. It's August the 4th, and I'm in the Hotel Saskatchewan again. Just walking home from here. This is the Circa 27 Lounge where I just had lunch. And earlier I had my hair cut at the barber shop, which is just down the hall here to my right. So this is just going to be a short walk home from downtown here. Nothing too exciting. For various reasons, I ended up down here without live streaming my walk to get here. I didn't really live stream, didn't really walk the whole distance. It's too complicated. Anyway, now we're headed home. It's nice and warm out here. It's supposed to go to like 30 something today, so quite hot actually. Although I've been freezing to death in the air conditioning in there wearing shorts, so. It's always one of the weird things about this. You never see me, so you never know what I'm wearing when I'm doing these walks. I could be naked for all you know, although that would probably attract attention and, probably cut my walk short once the police got involved. Oh, very nice and warm. It actually feels quite pleasant as we walk along Victoria here. I guess I could stretch the walk out a bit. On the other hand, I've got a lot to do yet, so maybe I'll just head on back. So again, here's Victoria Park, which I just walked through Tuesday, I guess. You can see those tents. They were just setting those up when I came through on Tuesday. That's for the folk festival, which is happening this weekend. I've been editing like crazy this morning. I've got a freelance editing job I'm working on. I edited another story for the Shapers of Worlds Volume 3 anthology. Sent an email out to Shapers of Worlds Volume 3 authors. I want to see which ones I can, who will come aboard for a presentation I'm doing at When Words Collide, which is not this weekend, but next weekend. It's an online writers convention. It should be in person, but they made it virtual again, calling it way too early, if you ask me. And I'm one of the guests of honor this time around. And one of the things I'm doing is a presentation about Shapers of Worlds Volume 3, the anthology I kickstarted featuring third-year guests of my Aurora award-winning podcast, World Shapers. And so I've reached out to the authors at City Hall there, and of course that's Knox Metropolitan United Church there. Reached out to the authors to see who might be willing to be part of that. Here's the Balfour again, my favorite apartment building. I just like the looks of it. Back when we were buying a condo, we looked at a place in there but decided not to go with it, largely because it didn't have any underground parking. It's really a beautiful day. So I've got 3 authors who said yes so far to do a session at When Words Collide. Since it's virtual, you're welcome to join us at When Words Collide. If you go to When Words, it's not worlds, words, whenwordscollide.org, you can register and take part, log in, and enjoy the many, many presentations and panels. There'll be an interview with me. Cliff Samuels will be interviewing me as one of the guests of honor. There's guests of honor keynote talks. I'm supposed to be doing a master's class, which will be, I'm just going to take people through the process I go through when I'm publishing a book, basically. Both writing and publishing a book, like 2 aspects of it. Don't know yet if anybody signed up for that, so I don't actually know for sure that it's happening, but it's supposed to be. It's a blue sky today. Blue sky is smiling at me. Look how beautiful the flowers are right now. Nothing but blue skies do I see. This is the courthouse here, if you're wondering. Never saw the sun. You can see the reflection of City Hall in the North Canadian Oil's building there. Never saw the sun shining so bright. Never saw things going so right. But it is warm. Another reason I think I won't bother stretching this out. It'll just be a nice, pleasant. These are the old, you can see VQR, Victoria Regina there. Not VQR, but VR. These were parts of the original Regina courthouse. Today, smiling at me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. It's hard to quit singing that song once you've begun it. Interested to get back to the house. I haven't been there since first thing this morning and see if there's any work going on our deck they're supposed to be building. I haven't seen anybody back there for a while. Do 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 do. Never saw the sun shining so bright. Never saw him. Days hurrying by when you're in love. My, how they fly by. Blue day. That timing didn't work out well, so I will carry on down this way. I thought I might cross over and walk down the other side, which I don't normally do, but it didn't really work. There's the Viterra building. At one point it was a department store back when it was built. Do 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 do. I know why I'm so cheerful. I figured out the short story I'm going to write for Shapers of Worlds Volume 3. Because, you know, being the publisher, I have no qualms about putting my own story in, and I know what it's going to be now. I wasn't sure. I had an idea, and it kind of crystallized this morning in the shower. Speaking of being naked, I do my best thinking in the shower sometimes. Never saw the sun shining so bright. Never saw things. That song is really stuck in my head. I should stop. I'll get a copyright hit. I was singing the other day, and I discovered that Facebook had silenced a minute and some odd of my sound on the live stream, or at least on the recording of the live stream, because of copyright. And it had to have been because I was singing. This is Fire Hall number 1. Also has lovely flowers in front of it. I can't really see the screen, so hopefully I'm pointing it where I want it to be pointed. It's very bright. Too bad the timing didn't work to walk down the other side. Then I could have gone by Excalibur Cat Cafe. I always like to point at the cats in the window. Instead, I'll point at this sushi place over there. Indian Bistro. Oh, I can smell Indian food too. Oh, it smells good. All I had was a salad for lunch. First Presbyterian Church over there, where we were married, coming up on 25 years ago. 25 years ago on September 27th. That will be our silver wedding anniversary. My wife is Margaret Ann Hodges, P.Eng, past president at the Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Saskatchewan, and currently chair of the Qualifications Board for Engineers Canada. And yes, I am proud of her. I probably would have made a good engineer. It's in an alternate universe, I went into the sciences for sure. If I'd gone into engineering, I'd make a lot more money than I do now. If we had 2 engineers in the family, we'd make a lot more money in the family. But probably too late now. If I went back to university, I'd be late 60s by the time I graduated, and a few more years to practice. I couldn't be a PEng till I was in my 70s, which seems kind of a late start to an engineering career, I'm afraid. So it's too late now. I don't like that. I've always thought I had all the time in the world. Could do whatever I wanted in the future. But as you get older, the future starts to condense, and you realize there's not that much of it left. And it's an uncomfortable, yet unavoidable fact. Well, that's depressing. Let's change the topic. Did I mention it's a beautiful day? And I'll be home in short order. This will be only about a 20-minute walk today, so sorry about that. Tomorrow will be around the lake, though, so that'll be a good solid hour. Sask Studios, my daughter's old dance studio. A fine establishment. Should you wish your children to have dance lessons, I highly recommend Sask Studios. Eduardo and Monica Ventura. Miss Monica. I performed with them when they first arrived in Regina. First year they were here, Maria Campos ran the studio at the time. And they did a ballet called Le Fille Mal Gardée, the badly guarded daughter. And in that ballet, the mother of the badly guarded daughter is played by a man in drag, largely because you have to be able to pick up the ballerina and spank her and things like that. And for that production, I played the mother. There's a picture on my website. If you go looking for it, you can find it, of me in drag playing the mother. I am an intimidating looking woman, if I do say so myself. Anyway, that's when I met Monica and Eduardo, and then they took over the studio, first as instructors and then eventually buying the studio, and my daughter danced with them pretty much from that time on, like pretty much from the time they took over. She took tap and ballet and contemporary, lyrical, I guess. So yeah, we have a long connection to Sask Studios, and I highly recommend them. It's partly because my daughter danced that she's gone into kinesiology. I think her particular interest is in, her dream job would be being physiotherapist for a dance company, I think. So it has been an important. There's the deck for Leopold's. And I went to a lot of dance competitions. I watched a lot of dance, which I never would have predicted once upon a time. And yet, I remember the first time I saw live dance was in Weyburn. I would have been in my 20s, because it was while I was at the Weyburn Review, I think, although it might even have been while I was still in high school. The Royal Winnipeg Ballet came through as part of an arts program. Traveling concerts kind of thing that they did in Weyburn as part of the, is it Saskatchewan Arts Board that did that? Don't remember. Anyway, and I was quite taken with dance when I saw it live for the first time. There was never any chance that I was going to get into dance. I was already too old, and there wasn't a lot of dance in Weyburn. There were dance schools, but was not likely that my parents were going to put me into dance when I was a kid, so that opportunity went by quickly. I did take dance lessons, though. I took one dance lesson through the Conservatory of Music here. I took modern dance, is that what it was? I can't remember what they called it. With Tracy Pfeiffer was the instructor. There were like 4 of us, and it was me and maybe even fewer than that. Anyway, I was the only grown male doing it, that's for sure. And yet, I took it. My thought at the time was that it might help me doing stuff on stage, musical theater, and it probably would have if I kept it up, but that was all I took. But I enjoyed it, and otherwise, dance-wise, it's been whatever I can manage to learn from choreographers when I'm doing musicals. But I'll never be confused for a dancer. But I do understand it in a way now, and why it's important. Through dance lessons, basically there's a vocabulary of movement and ingrained things that you have learned to do. So with trained dancers, a choreographer can say, okay, we're going to do this, this, and this, certain movements, steps that the performers already know because they learned it in dance instruction. Whereas someone like me, who doesn't have that, when I'm attempting to learn stage choreography, it's ground zero. I have to learn every step brand new. I've never done it before. It's all brand new, which means it's very hard. And I'm not terribly well balanced or coordinated anyway, so stage choreography, I get close to what I need given enough time, but it doesn't come easily for me at all. So a triple threat I will never be. A double threat is what I am. I can sing and I can act. Can't dance. Almost home, so I told you this would be a short walk. There's Dab in school over there, and school-aged children, but they're clearly not going to school because it's August. Well, get home, see what I got in the mail. Ooh, I hear sounds that could be coming from our backyard. I hope they are. I'll check when I get in if anything's being done. But it sounds like there's sawing happening back there. Okay, I will stop here. So, sorry it's such a short walk, but that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow for my usual walk around the lake.